This question is asking us about right triangle trigonometry. It gives us a little bit of context, so we have to make sure we understand what it's asking. But it says, David leans a ladder against the wall. The ladder makes an angle of 27 degrees with the ground. If the ladder is 12 feet long, what would the expression be for finding the distance the base of the ladder is from the wall? Okay, so usually it's a good idea to draw a sketch of these things, and your sketch doesn't have to be fancy. And again, you're kind of working on against time for the ACT. So if that's the wall, and this is the ladder, we'll just make a quick sketch of that. So there's our ladder. What this question is telling us is that the ladder makes an angle of 27 degrees with the ground. So this right here would be, let me draw some ground. This would be 27 degrees right there. And then we're also told that the ladder is 12 feet long. So we can go ahead and label the length of the ladder to be 12. Okay, and then it's implied that the ground and the building forms a right angle. So then we can use right triangle trigonometry. So in this case, we're being asked to find the distance the base of the ladder is from the wall. So we want that length right there. We'll call it x. Okay, so now we have to consider a couple things. Right triangle trig, SOH-CAH-TOA, right? We've been taught that or learned that. SOH-CAH-TOA, that's our way to determine which side lengths correspond with the given trig function, sine, cosine, and tangent. And so what you need to do is you need to take the angle that you have, so that 27 degrees, and in relation to that angle you have, what side are we interested in and what side do we have? So we're interested in x and we have the 12. So this would be the opposite side of our angle, making x the adjacent, the one that's next to the angle, and then the 12 is our hypotenuse, the longest side and across from the right angle. So that's the hypotenuse. And so we know that we're interested in adjacent, we have the hypotenuse. So the trig function that uses adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So we could set it up this way. Cosine of our angle, which is 27 degrees, is equal to the adjacent, which we don't know, over the hypotenuse, which is 12. That's our setup. Our answer doesn't look quite like that, but remember what we're trying to solve for is the adjacent, that x. So let's just do what we need to get x by itself. Let's multiply both sides of our equation by 12, and that gives us that 12 times the cosine of 27 degrees is equal to x. Now we have x by itself. That's the expression for that length, and we can see that that answer is right here in choice C.